What up, y'all? It's your boy Dylan. What's up, guys? Dylan here. I want to bring another quick little review of the new Thundercat album, Drunk. Now, Drunk is Thundercat's third studio album thus far, and I will say I really enjoyed his past work, especially his last EP that came out in, I believe it was 2015 now, so it's been about 2 years. That was called The Beyond, I believe Where the Giants Roam. I really enjoyed that. It was about a 20-minute EP. Really good, kind of, jazzy, funky stuff. Now with Drunk, Thundercat brings us an album that's, I would say, kind of, it has a disoriented feeling to it, probably to go along with the theme of, the drunk party. With Drunk, Thundercat kind of brings us this album that to me has a more disoriented feeling to it, or sound to it. He starts off the album with a quick little, about a 30 or 40 second, basically an intro called Rabbit Hole. And it basically talks about, starting to drink throughout the night or whatever, and kind of going down this rabbit hole into, this adventure of a night because of the drinking or the drugs, whatever he's partaking in. I would say it's a really nice short little intro that kind of sets the tone for the entire rest of the album. After Rabbit Hole, it transitions into a song called Captain Stupido that's about a minute 40, and it again kind of illustrates this sort of drunk who, kind of a bummy drunk. The lyrics are pretty funny in this song, in my opinion. I'm not going to recite any of them. I might put them up on the screen, might not. But I would recommend looking at them just for the heck of it. It's not some super deep lyrical meaning. It's just kind of, they're humorous. After Captain Stupido, it goes into a song called That's one of the more upbeat songs on the whole album. It has a really nice bass line, which, if you know Thundercat, you know he's a virtuoso of a bass player. It's got a really nice bass line that kind of meshes with the piano and the drums in a really nice way. Like I said, it's just a really upbeat track, and it almost, to me, sounds kind of like a chase scene in like a 70s crime film. After comes a song called Bus in the Streets, which to me is one of the better tracks, I'd say, on the album. It's got more of a sunny, kind of playful instrumental. Excuse me. And to me, it reminds me of like a jingle you'd see in like a 70s commercial. Like, I listen to it and it just kind of makes me imagine him like walking down the street just singing the song with the instrumental in the background. And but it's a song that has some social commentary on how we are nowadays with our technology. I believe there's a line in there that says something like, where would we be if we didn't have Twitter to tweet our thoughts, or something like that, or to share our thoughts, post, or whatever it was. The whole song is basically kind of about us and our usage of technology in our society. The next track is a song called A Fan's Mail. A Fan's Mail is another goofy track. A lot of these songs have dabs of humor in there, just kind of this quirky, goofy kind of persona he's trying to put across. And in this song, he talks about like how nice it would be, like, this is no joke, how nice it would be to be a cat, because you don't really have anyone you have to answer to. You just kind of get to live your own life. He talks about how, like, that's what people say about cats, is they just do what they want and they don't care about really anything. And that's basically what the song's about. He wishes he was a cat, almost. It would be really cool to be a cat. Again, really goofy track. The next two tracks are called Lava Lamp and Jethro, and these two songs kind of delve more into a serious topic, being death, with Lava Lamp being about a loved one or a friend. He doesn't really say, but someone who, he was close to that he has lost, and he's kind of reflecting on them and, missing them and kind of wishing they were still here. And then with Jethro, it's actually more of himself, kind of indulges the idea of, when that comes to be, when he eventually goes, like everyone does at some point. And then I want to mention, of course, the first single off the album, "Show Me the Way," or I'm sorry. Apparently I'm doing a Peter Frampton review. No. "Show You the Way," which is a phenomenal song in my opinion. I mean, it's been out for a while, so you may have heard this if you're even interested in watching a Thundercat review. You've probably heard it. But it's this like yacht rock, like a Steely Dan type, ode basically. And it has Michael McDonald and Kenny Loggins on it. And as funny as it may seem that they're on the track, on a Thundercat track, they kill it on the track. They really kill it. Like, I can't believe how well it sounded, how well it all came together. It's kind of an R&B track. Like I said, a yacht rock, sort of R&B flavored track that is basically about showing the person that you love, the way, expressing your love to them, and other things that I won't mention. But that's probably still my favorite track on the album, though I've heard it a lot more than the rest of the songs. And after "Show You the Way," another song I want to mention, which to be totally honest, I'm kind of disappointed in, was "Walk On By" with Kendrick Lamar. Now this song, oh man, when I seen he released a single with Kendrick, I was super excited. Thundercat worked with Kendrick on Kendrick's last two albums, "To Pimp a Butterfly" and "Untitled Unmastered." I was excited. I actually forced myself not to listen to it until the album, but I gotta say it's a little bit disappointing. It's like Kendrick's verse was okay. It didn't really do much for me. It kind of seemed like Thundercat's topic of choice and Kendrick's topic of choice didn't really match up. Like, Kendrick just kind of went a whole nother direction with his verse, which I don't know, man. It was kind of just a slow track that didn't really get me. It didn't really pull me in that much. Another track I really want to mention, which is one of my favorite tracks, is a song called "Tokyo." And this one's kind of an ode to Japan, or, Tokyo, Japan, and kind of all the stuff that they're sort of known for. Like, he mentions, he has a line about he's going to eat so much sushi, or maybe he says fish, he's going to get sick. He talks about, anime. He's going to blow all his cash on anime. He talks about, he mentions, like, he thinks he's Goku, and it's just like an ode ode to Japan and his love for, the whole country, but specifically Tokyo, and his love for anime and stuff like that. It's a really fun, goofy track. This is one of my favorites on the album. And there's even a line, it's kind of funny. It's messed up, but it's kind of funny at the same time. He says something like, that he tried to get some girl pregnant, like, so he would have to stay in Japan. Like I said, it's kind of like whoa, but at the same time, it's goofy because he's joking. It's not serious. I also want to mention the song "Drink Dat," which features the one and only Wiz Khalifa, and it's basically a track about partying, getting drunk. He talks a lot about the like chorus, the hook, whatever. Says something about how he's so wasted he can't even open his eyes, and then the girl he's with tells him to drink that. But it's truthfully, it's one of the more like catchy songs on the album. A lot of the songs on here, while I do enjoy them, they don't necessarily like. I don't think about them after I listen to the album or after I listen to the song. It's just kind of like, okay, I listen to it, I'm done. There's only a handful, and this one does that, though it's kind of a boring song. Of course, Wiz Khalifa is rapping about what he raps about, getting drunk, smoking weed, partying, doing all that crap, all the boring crap I don't want to hear about in a rap song, or from a rapper. Not necessarily that this is a rap song, but just from a rapper. I don't want to hear all that. But yeah, it's just kind of a track. But it does actually, the hook catches me, it hooks me, and actually makes me think about the song after I listen to it, whereas a lot of these tracks don't. The song Inferno is a pretty good track. It kind of talks about like a descent into madness, and I think what he was going for here, I could be wrong of course, but what I think he was going for was kind of the life, that he's talking about throughout this entire album, this entire record, the drinking, the partying, the drugs, and all that stuff. I kind of think what he's going for is like leading that life can eventually lead to sort of a descent into madness kind of idea. And it's also kind of a reference to Flying Lotus's album from 2015, You're Dead. The second to last track on the album is called the Turndown, and this is one of the better tracks and the more interesting tracks I thought on the album. It features Pharrell, Pharrell Williams. We all know him at this point. And it's kind of a socio-political song. It has a lot to do with, the whole race, like the clash of races or the clash of class, like Pharrell mentions. It's not about race. The real reason, like, we have these race problems is because of, the class problem, where we have this tiny amount of people ruling the entire establishment, or I guess the entire country. But yeah, it's one of the more interesting tracks from like the instrumental to the lyrics. I really like how Pharrell kind of flows over the instrumental on this. But along with Pharrell's verse, I do want to mention it wasn't a perfect verse by any means. There was a couple lines where it was just, they were kind of like, really? I mean, what was the point in that? Like, let me look at my notes here real quick. One of the lines was, he says, black, white, gay, straight, human beings all pee and want some ass. Are you kidding me, Pharrell? Like, I know what he's saying. He's saying we're all the same, like, we're all humans. We all have the same basic needs and all that. But really, like, you could have said it a better way. At least I feel like, at this point, you're an established artist who should be able to write some better lyrics than that. He also had another one, where is it? He says, behind our blue skies is the sun who's surrounded by black. Now, again, it's kind of like a black empowerment thing, which I'm fine and dandy with. That's cool. But at the same time, what does that even mean? Like, while that is a true statement, does it really say anything? Like, what's... I don't... It doesn't really work to me. It's just kind of like, that's a sorry excuse for sort of a racial empowerment type thing, or type line. And then the last track on the album is called DUI, which actually takes the melody and the instrumental from the first track, Rabbit Hole, the little short instrumental, or the short intro. It borrows the same melody and the same instrumental from that. But this one kind of talks about after all the stuff that he's done throughout that night or throughout the weekend, whatever, all the drinking and all the experiences and all the bad experiences. After all that, he still goes back. He still drinks more. He can't stop himself, which is the case for a lot of people in that situation. A lot of people, they want to stop and they have all these crappy things happen, but they can't make them. But yeah, overall, guys, while I do enjoy a handful of the tracks on this album, the problem I have with it the problem I have with it is it doesn't necessarily, like, a lot of the tracks don't pull me in. They don't make me want to go back and listen to this album or the individual songs. It's just kind of like I listen to it, I enjoy it while I listen to it, but then afterwards it's like, okay, I'm done. I listened to it. I feel like the only reason I listen to it as much as I have is because I was planning on doing a review of it. But yeah, I don't necessarily think I'll return to it that often this year or beyond this year. But I mean, you might like it. Go check it out. I was a little bit disappointed, but that's not to say that you would be disappointed as well. Alright guys, thanks for watching this Thundercat review. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, comment, your thoughts on the album if you've heard it. Make sure to do that, because that's, really what the point is in doing these reviews, is I want to hear from other people and what they thought, kind of, have a little discussion about it. But anyways, thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you later.